plays games with Jay.
All right, let's actually bring Endofavong. Well, let me talk to everybody here first. Not a day goes by without Team Rocket being in the news. Well, I hope those guys don't show up. That'd be real spooky.
I want to look at more Pokemon trainer classes.
Sure.
Because I like that topic. I, as much as it's cool to see a 3D Pokemon game with like Sword and Shield and moving forward, I am gonna miss the 2D art.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see.
I'm gonna throw in.
I thought the artist girl in X and Y
Pull it up.
was
Oh yeah. That's again very you.
very me.
Very you. You like those spunky ones, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah. Like, if I'm trying to think of like what is like a J type in like, yeah, I'll usually think of like the spunky. I go for more of the. I forgot to name this one Greenberg. More. What would be like either tsundere and or like the mature like lady, you know.
For you?
Yeah, for me.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think like I don't know, cuter stuff is more my jam.
Yeah. I can respect that.
Wow, Google is just not really being helpful. I'm like, can I just look at trainer art? Like I just.
All right, let's see if we get this Nidoran.
Okay, let's see. Oh, cool. Okay, we got a bunch.
All right, there's the ticket.
Okay, yeah, X and Y Ace Pokemon
Yeah,
trainer.
no, that's yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Let's see. Who else?
What are some of your favorite ones, commenters?
Great. Us too.
Wow, bad choice, you. Got Nidoran. What are we naming this? Nidoran. Its large ears are flapped like wings when it is listening to distant sounds. It extends toxic barbs when angered. Bad choice. It's because of you, you commenter. You commented with a bad choice. You commented with veteran from Pokemon Sun and Moon. All right, so we got a Nidoran. Let's see what else we can find in this little patch. Okay, yeah, I don't care anymore.
Wow, this trainer looks like Nico from Love Live.
Oh, is that the beauty girl? Not beauty, or like dancer girl, or
Foodie Sode girl, Fury Sode. I don't know if that's supposed to be a word, but
yeah, I do miss the character portraits. I liked that a lot in X and Y and Omega Ruby. Once they switched to models in Sun and Moon, I was like,
yeah,
they're not bad. I mean, and they look actually much better in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
But I do kind of miss. Like, I would have, for these Diamond Pearl games that they're doing, if they had done some cool new not redesigns, but updates of the characters, I think that would have been nice.
They look exactly the same.
They all look exactly the same, and that game looks exactly the same.
Oh man.
Poor Ikue. All right, someone needs to avenge you. Let's do.
I thought you brought
Magikarp?
Yeah.
No, I thought about it, but I want to get these fucking bugs out of the way because they'll evolve soon.
Okay.
Plus, Magikarp won't be necessary for a while. It's not like it's gonna be that helpful against like Misty or Lieutenant Surge. Spoilers for those of you who don't know the gym order in Pokemon Red. You've only had about what? Unless you're 10, like 20 years more. Unless you're playing, unless you're someone who grew up on Let's Go Eevee or whatever. All right, Mount Moon. gonna be fucking Zubat hell. All right, no more trainer staring. You lustful boy. It's focus on the game.
Boy.
You lustful son of a bitch.
I was also looking at the trainer class names, just like trying to answer the question from last time. But I really, like, if there was like Idol fan, that'd be amazing. But there's Idol, but there's no.
Why not just be an idol, man?
I don't know.
You don't think you could do it?
Nah, I can't do it.
You don't think you could like learn how to dance?
Honestly, I would love to learn how to dance, and
I'm honestly surprised you don't know how to dance.
I really don't.
I thought you were always like, yeah, I'm gonna do like this dance cover from this anime.
No, it's more so like I would love to learn to dance to it.
But you've never actually like done any learning of any dance?
No. I mean, aside from like group choreography for school and church.
Okay.
So
Was it extensive? Zubat, it has no eyes. Instead, it relies on its ultrasonic cries for echolocation to feel it about in darkness.
where am I?
That's what I'm naming it. Where am I?
They were extensive, but like, you know, I don't remember them. Like, you know. Oh my god, you can fit it. Where am I? Yes. Whatchamacallit? Did I ever tell you when I was living in Korea? I can't remember. Okay, my fear with this channel is that we're gonna start repeating stories that we've.
Oh, that happens. I mean, it's as long as you're preface it like, sorry and apology, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure if I talked about this before, but when I was living in Korea, one time I was on the subway and this lady came up to me and was like, "Oh, you're very tall," and I was like.
I've heard the story. I don't remember if it's on the channel, so go ahead. Go ahead.
And I was like, in my mind, I was like, this is stranger danger. But I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Right? And then she was like, oh, like, what do you do? Like, do you dance? Do you sing? And I was like, no. And it's like, and at the time, I was studying, before I chose writing, I wanted to draw. Not sure what specifically, but just wanted to draw.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, I draw. She's like, oh, okay. Well, like, have you thought about like dancing or anything? And I was like, I don't know. And like, she gave me her card because I was on the subway, and I was like, okay, I have to go, and I left, right? And I told my mom about it, and my mom was like, "You sure you don't want to do this?" And I was like, "No, I don't want. I don't know what this is." But then I realized over time that I was like, "Oh, that was a talent manager, like trying to scope me out of like because of my height, I guess, because I was very tall when I was living in Korea." And so I do think about the time, like I do think about that alternate path in my life where I stayed in Korea and like may have become
you could be in BTS.
I could have been a K-pop idol of some sort. I don't know. I'm like, like I think about that, what version of how that version of me is doing. Probably way more affluent and not worrying about financial troubles. But
not necessarily, because do you know anyone who actually tried to be one?
Tried to be one? I don't know any one person who tried to be one, but
I do.
I see.
Not like really well, but
yeah.
Someone that I knew from childhood, I heard they and their sibling. I don't know why I'm being this secretive. It's like no one knows who I'm talking about because they didn't make it. They actually went to Korea and actually gave it the honest try.
Yeah.
Actually trying to like do it. Did not work out, but
I see.
so it's pretty. I think it's pretty
competitive.
Pretty
field.
competitive. Like
Yeah.
So it would have been. It's interesting to think about like. What would I be doing? What would I be doing? But I mean, I don't know.
I guess I was on the presumption I succeeded in whatever the field was.
Yeah, not to say that you wouldn't have, but
I think if anything, I would have. The height is what brought me forward. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Just height. Like,
I mean, height. Yeah, especially in Korea, right? That can be an asset.
It's so important.
But here's the thing: does this J know how to sing? Let's say, okay, so we've got K-pop J, J-pop. No, that's already a different thing. How can I pun it? Whatever. K-pop J. Let's tackle K-pop J here.
Okay.
So if I talk to K-pop J and I'm like, hey, can you sing literally the letter A?
Why are you trying to bring this back every time?
Can this K?
We're in a different game.
Can this J do it?
Possibly, I guess.
Possibly? How could you make it if you can't do it?
Yeah,
So were you thinking maybe like just like a runway model or something?
That's possible too. Okay.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's actually
yeah.
a different story too. When I was living in New York, one of my coworkers at the Lego store was a like part-time model.
Okay. Yeah.
So he actually asked me, he was like, "Hey, like you have the build for it. Do you want to like, do you want to come down and like, get $200 for like a couple hours or something?" But I was too self-conscious and I was like, "No, I'm good." But like, it's again, it's people. This is why I forget what playthrough we talked about this. Oh, it was in It Takes Two. But like height. People look at height and they have these expectations. They're like, oh, he must be able to do these other things, right? That's why it's like so pressuring to me. I'm like, I don't like it at all. I can't sing. I can't dance. I have no coordination. I have no musical talent.
So you would rather be short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the pressure would be, I don't know.
Interesting.
I think the pressure would be gone.
I mean, I understand because, like, looking at you, with your purple hair, your height,
Okay.
it does seem like you would be someone who would at least be like, yeah, I dance.
Like I'd be like some like e-boy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I know that's like my aesthetic, but
Yeah,
like,
it absolutely is.
yeah, look at that Clefairy taunting me.
Yeah, I can sing, Jay.
Oh, God.
Can you? Sing one note.
No.
No. Okay, there's something we were going to do in It Takes Two, and then you slipped out of it. So you say you don't have a rhythm.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, so we're going to try
Or
a
like
rhythm.
supposedly, I've been told literally when I was dancing with friends at a club or no, like at a bar, and like they looked at me and goes like, "Oh my God, you don't have rhythm," and just laughed at me in the middle of all of us having fun.
Damn.
So I was kind of like, okay, and it was fine. I was just kind of like, oh, okay.
See, what you got to do is be like this and evolve. You need to evolve and get over your fears. This is a message to you
my
right
God.
now. Like, you need to practice your rhythm, practice your singing. You could become K-pop J. It's not too late.
I don't want to become K-pop
It's not too late. You could become J-Million.
J-Million.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're wasting your potential, man. You're tall, so you should be an idol.
I'm pretty sure my mom thought I was wasting my potential too.
It's funny your mom was like, you want to go for it? Like, that's interesting.
Well, yeah, because she wanted me to do anything other than art.
Interesting.
Yeah, I felt super bad for her when when we moved to Korea and like all the parents would get together and talk to each other about their kids and like, oh, my son knows the drums, my child knows the violin, oh, my son's like athletic, is like really good soccer, and then my mom's like, oh, my son can draw, sort of. But like that, if she felt so embarrassed that she was like, I had nothing worth talking about.
Wow.
Yeah, I felt like a bad kid. It was just like, oh.
No, that's just a weird Korean parent.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah. Now
yeah.
I look back and I'm like, oh no, that was like, fuck those parents. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But does low? Okay, I was like, wait,
what?
Does low kick work on a floating magnemite?
Is it based off that at all? I thought it was just based off weight.
Wait, yeah, I guess so. But that's how I was just kind of like, huh.
I'm just imagining a Mankey doing it like, one of those like hanging like kickball or not kick bags and just like doing a high kick to it.
Oh yeah.
It's a magnemite. Okay. Voltorb. Let's switch back. Come on out, J-Man. Okay, so rhythm. You hear this song, right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
See, I wouldn't even know how to like the fact that you knew was as that fast of a rhythm of 1, 2, 3, 4.
But just follow what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Say it. 3, 4. 1, 2.
Right? You're just not gonna do it? I'm scared. Why are you scared?
I'm scared. What's gonna happen? You think
scary.
a bomb's gonna explode?
I don't know.
You don't know. What do you mean you don't know?
The Voltorb's gonna blow up.
Yeah, that's true. There is a bomb. Yeah.
Do rhythm, Jay, or I will explode.
Something that's been happening in the often mentioned Pokemon RP is I keep throwing in. Well, I'm not throwing them in actually. The game has them. Weezings and Electrodes.
Oh yeah.
And so they all have self-destruct. And so how it works in my game is if it's like a regular battle, not a boss battle, I roll a d4 to see what moves they used to kind of make it, a little more fair.
Yeah.
But I think last session they kept rolling self-destruct. It was great. It was just like a minefield of death. Steel is weak against electric.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I definitely am shaky on Steel's strong against rock, right?
Yeah, rock, ice, and fairy.
I feel like everything is strong against fucking ice. There we go. There you go, super fucking nerd. Oh, he's getting a little... Okay, here we go.
Greenberg.
This name won't make sense when you're fully grown, but Greenberg.
Oh, yeah, there's not an ounce of green on Butterfree, huh?
Not a single ounce, no. Unless it's what's shiny Butterfree look like?
I believe it's like the pink.
Is it actually the pink one from the anime?
Let me double check.
I thought that wasn't it.
Oh, I could be wrong. Okay.
I think you just pulled that from Jamespedia.
Oh, no. It has green eyes.
Oh yeah. That's not what I expected at all.
It should have been the shiny one or it should have been the one from
It absolutely should have been the shiny one from... That one's so cute.
I mean, they can fix it. Did you hear about how they corrected Blaziken's shiny?
What did I know?
Because so the old shinies were based off of coding in the game.
Yeah.
So, but now they have 3D models. They don't have to do that anymore. So they can choose their shiny. They can technically choose their shiny.
Is that why so many of them are just like off shades?
Yeah.
Because was it based off the data? It wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah. So that's why the newer games like Sword and Shield, they had such wonderful colors and whatnot.
Okay.
That's why shiny Gengar so disappointed as his tongue is blue, but then when X and Y came out, shiny Mega Gengar and then Gigantamax Gengar was white.
Yeah, right.
And that was thanks to 3D models.
Okay, okay.
But shiny Blaziken, they changed it up. Not a ultra difference, but a good enough difference. Where it was basically...
See, they should do that with all of them, because I hate the ones that are off shade.
Okay, so look at this row. The bottom one, I'll describe to the viewers afterwards. The bottom one is the original,
have to look it up,
and the top one is what
so the top is what it is now?
Yeah.
Okay, Torchic looks great. What the fuck is this one called? Combuskin is whatever. So it's white?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's the thing. And the red is darker, right? So it's just at least it's more distinguishable than what it was before.
I see.
But yeah.
I fucking hate caves. I'm trying to remember. Is there an exit down on the bottom right, just right there? Is it that small of a cave?
I think so. I don't think it's that very big.
Well, what I'm gonna do, I obviously gotta explore the cave fully, but I think there's not a Pokemon Center on the other side. So if the cave is that small, I think what I'll do is explore the cave, go back, heal. Maybe by then the bugs will be evolved, and then I can get them out of my fucking party. But we'll see.
I mean, if only you bought potions.
I don't need fucking potions. What am I, a fucking baby? Listen, you get them by whatever you earn. Now here's an interesting story that I was talking about this with some people yesterday.
Okay.
Do you know about Nasubi?
Nasubi?
He was a Japanese comedian. Basically, did you hear about the Japanese comedian who for an entire year pretty much was filmed, live streamed for reality TV? He had to stay in an apartment alone, naked. Does this sound familiar to you at all?
No.
Okay, so the challenge was, so he was like a Z-list comedian who wanted to become famous, and so he was offered, okay, the show is you have to stay in this apartment and you're naked and you have nothing. The only thing you have is magazines, okay? And so what you have to do to survive is enter sweepstakes. And whatever you win from a sweepstakes, that's what you survive on. And that was it. And he did that for a year, seeing nobody. So
that's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. He, from what I remember from the story, he had nothing to begin with. I forget if they gave him water. He probably had running water or something. But he won a bag of dog food at one point and lived off of that. He won a bag of rice and lived off of that. He won sugary drinks and lived off of, like, it's just like insane what this man went through. I think there was another part of it where he won a TV, but this was at a time where he didn't have a cable hookup, so the TV couldn't do anything. But then he won a VCR and a PlayStation, and so like earned entertainment. Like it's kind of horrifying, but as a story, it's fascinating. Like
winning through sweepstakes. Also, I didn't know people actually won stuff from sweepstakes.
You apparently do, because that's how he lived. He has the Guinness World Record of
most won sweepstakes.
No, most living on sweepstakes.
What?
Apparently there's a This American Life. I didn't listen to it. I just kind of was like reading about it, about where they interview him. But it's so what's interesting was when COVID happened, he was like trying to encourage people like stay inside. Look, listen, it's not as bad as what I went through, and I survived. Right? You know, really for the good. You know, it's very important. And I forget how I came upon this, but it was, you know, like, it was because I forget how. It must have been Reddit or not. I'm not Reddit, like Twitter or something, and I found a Reddit thread. There was this thread that on Twitter was mentioned of like, would you, for $5 million, live in an isolated room? All you have is a toilet, let's say a shower, you have food, you get food and water, and a bed, but that's it. You have to stay in that room for 30 days, isolated, seeing nobody for 30 days, no clock, nothing, no entertainment, but you get $5 million if you can do the whole 30 days. Would you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, now a lot of people say that, and I'm not saying necessarily that you'll change your mind, but then there was people who were like, oh, well, actually, here's a YouTube video where a guy does it for 3 days, and it starts to really fuck with you, like really bad, because not only do you start to hallucinate considerably, apparently past 3 days there's a high risk of permanent brain damage as well, because again, now it's interesting because this thread was like 4 years ago, and then all of us went through fucking COVID, right?
Yeah.
Which was not that bad, but it was pretty bad.
Yes.
But at the very least, you had communication through the internet, and entertainment.
Yeah.
That's it was interesting. I believe it was Vsauce was where I saw this. He went inside the thing.
Yeah.
And pretty quickly, sense of time was completely wrong. Like he would be like, okay, I think it's been 6 hours, and like 1 hour had passed. Like shit like that. It's like that level of like, I think I'm like, because he was gonna be like, okay, after 3 days I get to leave, and he's like, okay, I think I'm going out today in like 5 hours, and that was like Saturday night. It was like Friday afternoon. So, hearing that still and seeing like, would you still? I asked Dave. He said absolutely yes, because he's Dave.
Yeah.
Would you, knowing that it could potentially like
fuck you
up permanently, would you still do it?
Yeah, I think I still would. I'll be real, man. Like
no, I don't think that's I think it's a bold answer. I don't think that's necessarily
It's not the smartest answer. Like that's the thing. Like stuff like isolation and fucking with your brain is we've got a small taste of that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, oh man, it could really fuck me up.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I want that money. Like I really do.
You and Dave that's you. That's your.
Well, think of it, like, cause I think about it, I'm just kind of like, dude, I so would love to have a lot of my financial problems solved.
No, I get it. Yeah.
So.
And I that's why it's such an enticing question, right?
Yeah.
Of like, it'd be potentially really bad, right?
Yeah.
But so then the question is, what would you do to, a lot of people were like, probably a lot of exercise, right? One person commented on the thread, it was like, apparently something that people do like prisoners do when they're in solitary for entertainment, and this is so distressing, is they'll like take a button or something, they'll close their eyes, throw it, and then keep their eyes closed and just try to find it in the room. That's their entertainment because they have literally nothing else they can do. That's so dark.
That is very twisted.
That is very twisted, but very interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I at first was like, also kind of like, could I? Like, I don't know. I mean, it'd be tough, but like, but then seeing that video and seeing what it did to that guy in 3 days, I was like, I don't know. That's no good. But it's an interesting thing to think about, what it would be like. Apparently a lot of, he was saying a lot of what he had, all he had was memories, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like playing memories in his head like they were movies.
I mean, yeah, that's probably something I would do. I would like the first thing I thought was like, let me try to remember like One Piece from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
You know, like.
Now it's like, if you could bring in even just one, I think it'd be absolutely doable, but be really interesting to think about. Let's say you could bring in one, let's say it's one video game.
One video game?
But let's say it goes to, what would be reasonable? I mean, let's say a year. Would you do it? You have to stay in that room for a year. You get one video game, but no communication with the outside world. So you have something to do, but it has to last you the entire year. You can choose the game, too.
Yeah.
Would you do it? Would you sacrifice a year of your life for that? Again, a weird question to ask nowadays with the COVID having happened.
Give me a clean slate of Persona 5 Royal, I'll do it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, I was like thinking about it, I'm like, because like, I love Persona 5. I'll still fall asleep sometimes though, because if I play it too long, because I'm like, oh, my brain just needs rest.
Right.
So I'm like, cool, and then I'm just like, cool, let me just take a break. All right, jump back into it. What do I need to do again? All right, cool. Oh, that was just one playthrough. All right, let me go again. And you're talking to someone who played OG Persona 5 6 times. So.
And how long did that take you?
Taking my time?
Like, how many hours was that playing it 6 times?
Oh, total like 600.
Oh my god!
Because I took my time with that game. Literally, it says take your time in the loading screen. So.
No, I'm not judging.
Yeah,
I'm just like, that's so.
But I find enjoyment of like, okay, what am I gonna do today? Like, let me plan my time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like, that's my favorite aspect of like the later Persona games. You know?
Sure.
I'm just like, cool. And then also, let me date this person this time. Let me date this person this time. Like, why not? Like, you know?
That is what I honestly do look for. If I ever do get the time to replay them,
Yeah.
or play Royal or whatever, I do want to experience that. Like, okay, what do I do now that I know I play in my second run?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
They ever play the Tales games at all?
Symphonia. Yeah.
That's something that I wish I had done, where you can do like the New Game Plus, but you get to spend the points you got to get like the perks for the next run.
Yeah.
I would like to try that one time, but I don't have the time. Growing out of the bug's back are mushrooms called Tochukaso. The mushrooms grow with the bug host. What are we naming this, Paris?
What summarizes the topic we just discussed, and it could be a good closer for the episode. What? 5 mil.
5Millio.
5Millio, yes.
Goodbye,
All right.
5Millio.
All right, let us
right.
know if you guys would do this
Oh God,
for
yeah.
$5 million.
Let's see.
And we'll see you guys whenever.
Do we want to do one more? Do we want to stay in Mount Moon? It's up to you. You want to end? I'll leave it up to you. I could do one more. I could stop.
Well, I was gonna, I was gonna ask if you wanted to stop by round 1 after
Oh
this.
shit. Okay, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get back to this some other time.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
See you guys.
See ya. Bye.